Hello students, welcome to Shri Jain Rank Zone classes. In today's lecture, we will talk about words and phrases of foreign language that we might face in different law examinations. So let's begin today's lecture. Words and phrases of foreign language. In order to crack some competitive exams like Clat and other law entrance exams, a good vocabulary of some foreign language words is essential. In order to crack Clat English, a good English vocabulary is necessary but no longer adequate. Clat loves challenging you with words of a different origin to test your knowledge. You must take the effort to mark out foreign words and phrases you come across in your readings and find out about their meanings. While this is a good method, it is not enough to prepare you for CLAT. So make this method a routine habit to supplement your main study. The best way for you to cover a wide range of phrases is by going through word lists. Keep in mind that knowing these words and phrases will not only increase your chances of faring well in CLAT but also vastly improve your writing. A lot A lot of different websites and coaching institutes provide a list of these foreign words and phrases in order to simplify the effort of students. Similarly, we are also going to discuss a lot of foreign words and phrases that are day-to-day use as well. So let us begin. Some of the important words of foreign language are: first, we will discuss the word, its pronunciation, its meaning, and its use in sentence. Okay, this use in sentence will help us make out how these words are used in day-to-day life. First word is ad absurdum. How is it pronounced? Ad absurdum. Uh, its meaning is to the point of absurdity. Ad absurdum means to the point of absurdity. And how is it used in a sentence? He tediously repeated his argument ad absurdum. He tediously repeated his argument ad absurdum. Ad absurdum means to the point of absurdity. So, he tediously repeated his argument to the point of absurdity. Okay? Ad absurdum means to the point of absurdity. Next word is ad infinitum. Ad infinitum. Ad infinitum is the correct pronunciation. Its meaning is to infinity. The lecture seemed to drone on ad infinitum. So the lecture seemed to go on ad infinitum. It means to the infinity. Next word is ad nauseum. Ad nauseum. It means to a sickening degree. To a sickening degree. The politician uttered one platitude after another ad nauseam. The politician uttered one platitude after another ad nauseam. It means that the politician uttered one platitude after another to a sickening degree. Ad nauseam means to a sickening degree. Next word is aficionado. Aficionado, which means an ardent devotee. Aficionado means an ardent devotee. I was surprised at what a baseball aficionado she had become. So, I was surprised at what a baseball aficionado means, ardent devotee. So, the guy was surprised at how much and an ardent devotee has the person become. So I was surprised at what a baseball aficionado she had become. Aficionado means an ardent devotee. Next word is Annus mirabilis. Annus mirabilis, which means wonderful year. Annus mirabilis means a wonderful year. Its sentence is last year was the annus mirabilis for my company. Last year was the annus mirabilis for my company. Next word is a priori. A priori. A priori means based on theory rather than observation. Okay? Based on theory rather than observation. Use in sentences. The fact that their house is in such disrepair suggests a priori that they are having financial difficulties. The fact that their house is in such disrepair suggests a priori that they are having financial difficulties. A priori means based on theory rather than observation. A priori means based on theory rather than observation. Next word is or Quran. Or Quran, which means up to date. Or Quran means up to date. Example: the shoes, the hair, the clothes, every last detail of her dress, in fact, was utterly Quran. O Qura. The shoes, the hair, the clothes, every last detail of her dress, in fact, was utterly Qura. Qura means up to date. Next word is ab initio. Ab initio, which means from the very beginning. From the very beginning. Its use in sentences: the executive order exceeds the president's authority and is therefore void ab initio. Therefore, void ab initio. Void ab initio means from the very beginning. The executive order and is and and is therefore void ab initio. It is void from beginning. So I hope these meanings are clear to you. The first word is ad absurdum, which means to the point of absurdity. Next is infinitum, which means to infinity. Next is ad nauseum, which means to a sickening degree. Aficionado means an ardent devotee. Annus mirabilis means wonderful year. A priori means based on theory rather than observation. Quran means up to date. Ab initio means from the very beginning. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Our first word on this slide is bozzest. Bozzest, a fine or noble gesture, often futile. Beau geste is the fine or noble gesture, often futile. My fellow writers supported me, but their, but their, but their beau geste could not prevent the inevitable. But their beau geste could not prevent the inevitable. My fellow writers supported me by writing letters of protest to the publisher, but their boasts could not prevent the inevitable. Boast means a fine or noble gesture. Boast means fine or noble gesture. Another word is Beaumont. Beaumont means high society. Example, such elegant decor would impress even the Beaumont. Beaumont means high society. Beaumont means high society. Our next word is bête noire. Bête noire, which means something or someone particularly disliked. Something or someone particularly disliked. Used in sentences. Talk of the talk of the good old college days way back had become his bête noire, and he began to avoid his school friends. Something or someone particularly disliked. Bête noire means something or someone disliked, particularly disliked. So talk of the uh, good old college days way back had become his bête noire, and he began to avoid his school friends. So bête noire means something or someone particularly disliked. Bona fide means bona fide. Bona fide means in good faith or genuine. Bon, bene, or bona. These words are usually prefixed in front of positive words only. Okay. Bona fide means uh, good faith, genuine, which means he bought the car bona fide, not knowing that it was stolen. Bournemouth means Bourne movie. Bournemouth means a witty remark or comment. Bournemouth means a witty remark or comment. Example, one bon mot after another flew out of his mouth, charming the audience. Bon mot means next word is bon vivant. Bon vivant. A person who lives luxuriously and enjoys good food and drink. He is called bon vivant. Bon vivant. Bon vivant. A person who lives luxuriously and enjoys good food and drink. It's true, he is quite the bon vivant, but when he gets down to business, he conducts himself like a Spartan. So this is the usage of bon vivant, which means a person who lives luxuriously and enjoys good food and drink. Bogestus, a fine or noble gesture, often futile. Let's move on to the next slide. First word on this slide is carpe diem. Carpe diem. Carpe diem means seize the day. Okay. Carpe diem means seize the day. How is it used in a sentence? So what if you have an 8 a.m. meeting tomorrow and a full day of appointments? Carpe diem. Use in sentence. Carpe diem means seize the day. So what if you have an 8 a.m. meeting tomorrow and a full day of appointments? Carpe diem. Next word is carte blanche. Carte blanche, which means unrestricted power to act on one's own. Carte blanche means unrestricted power to act on one's own. Example, I may have carte blanche around the office, but at home I am a slave to my family's demands. Unrestricted power to act on one's own. Usage in sentences, I may have carte blanche around the office, but at home I am a slave to my family's demands. Next word is causa labra. Causa labra, which means a widely known controversial case or issue. Causa labra means a widely known controversial case or issue. The Sacco and Vanzetti trial became an international cause célèbre during the 1920s. Caveat emptor. Caveat, caveat emptor. It means let the buyer be aware. Caveat emptor means let the buyer be aware. Example, before you jump to that real estate deal, caveat emptor. Caveat emptor means let the buyer beware. Example, before you jump to that real estate deal, caveat emptor means let's let the buyer beware. कौन सी कमरसा कौन से कौन सा caveat emptor means let the buyer beware. Before you jump to the real estate deal, caveat emptor, which means let the buyer know. Next word is com si com sa. Com si com sa. Option A, com se com sa, which means so so. The plans for the party strike me as a come si come sa. Come si come sa. The plans for the party strike me as committee si com sa coup de grace, finishing blow, which means after an already wildly successful day, the coup de grace came when she won Best All-Round Athlete. Let's move on to the next slide. Discuss the meanings once again. Carpe diem means seize the day. Restricted. Cause celebro is so carpe diem means seize the day. Carte blanche means unrestricted power to act on one's own. Cause célèbre means a widely known controversial case or issue. Caveat emptor means let the buyer beware. Come si come sa means so so. Come il faut. Come il faut means as it should be fitting. Coup, 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 coup de grace means finishing blow. Now let's move on to the next slide. Cri de cour. Cri de cour. It means heartfelt knowledge, heartfelt appeal. Cri de cour means heartfelt appeal. About to leave the podium, he made a final cry de cour to his people to end the bloodshot. Cri de cour means heartfelt appeal. About to leave the podium, he made a final cri de cour to his people, but to end the bloodshed. De rigueur. De rigueur means required as by strictly required as by etiquette, usage, or fashion. Loudly proclaiming one's support for radical causes had become de rigueur among the crowd. De rigueur means strictly required as by etiquette, usage, or fashion. Loudly proclaiming one's support for radical causes had become de rigueur among the crowd. Deus ex machina. Deu, uh, Deus ex machina. Deus ex machina means a contrived device to solve a situation. A contrived device to solve a situation. Deus ex maximus. A contrived device to resolve a situation. Stretching plausibility, the movie concluded with a Deus Machina ending in which everyone was rescued at the last minute. Next word is Dolce Vita. Dolce Vita, which means sweet life, the good life perceived as one of the physical pleasure and self-indulgence. Sweet life, the good life perceived as one of the physical pleasure and self-indulgence. My vacation this year is going to be 2 uninterrupted weeks of doppelganger. Doppelganger means a ghostly double or counterpart of a living person. A ghostly double or counterpart of a living person. I could not shake the sense that some shadowy doppelganger echoed my very every move. I could not make the sense that some shadowy doppelganger echoed my every move. So the meaning of cri de cour means heartfelt appeal. De rigueur, it means strictly required as by etiquette, usage, and by cri de cour means heartfelt appeal. The rigueur means strictly required as by etiquette, usage, or fashion. Deus Deus ex machina Deus ex machina means a contrived device to solve a situation. Let's move on to the next slide. Ecce homo. Ecce homo, which means behold, see, or look at the man. Ecce homo means behold, see, or look at the man. Example: the painting depicted the common Renaissance theme, Ecce Homo Christ, wearing the crown of thorns. The painting depicted the common Renaissance theme, Ecce Homo Christ, wearing the crown. Ecce Homo means behold, see, or look at the man. Enfant terrible. Enfant terrible. It means an incorrigible child, an outrageously outspoken or bold person. An incorrigible child, an outspoken or bold person is called enfant terrible. Enfant terrible. Now the next word is entre nous. Entre nous means between ourselves confidently. Entre nous means between ourselves confidently. Usage in sentences: entre nous, their marriage is on the rocks. Entre nous, their marriage is on the rock. Next word is ex cathedra. Ex cathedra, with authority, used specially of those pronouncements of the Pope that are considered infallible. I resigned myself to obeying my father's opinions wherever ex cathedra in our household. I resigned myself to obeying my father's opinions. He were ex cathedra in our household. Ex cathedra means with authority or used specially of those pronouncements of the Pope that are considered infallible. Next is ex post facto. Ex post facto. Retroactively it means. Ex post facto means retroactively. Example, I certainly hope that the change in policy will be honored ex post facto. I certainly hope that the change in policy will be honored ex post facto. So, homo means behold, see, or look at the man. Infant terrible means uh, enfant terrible means an incorrigible child or an outrageously outspoken or bold person. Entre nous, it means between ourselves. Ex cathedra, ex cathedra, it means with authority used specially of those pronouncements of the Pope. Faith accompli, faith accompli, it means an accomplished fact, presumably irreversible. An accomplished fact, presumably irreversible. There's no use protesting, it's fait accompli. Fait accompli means an accompanied fact, presumably irreversible. Next word is faux pas. Faux pas means a social blunder. Faux pas means a social blunder. Suddenly she realized she had unwillingly committed yet another faux pas. Suddenly she realized she had unwillingly committed yet another faux pas, which means yet another social blunder. Next word is Fenchmaker. Fenchmaker, which means gourmet. Fenchmaker means gourmet. No, I don't think McDonald's will do. He is much too much of a Fenchmaker. No, I don't think McDonald's will do. He is much too much of a Fenchmaker. Next word is glasnost. Glasnost means open and frank discussion, discussion. Initiated by Mikhail Gorbachev in 1985 in the Soviet Union. Open and frank discussion initiated by Mikhail Gorbachev in 1985 in the Soviet Union. Once the old chairman retired, the spirit of glasnost pervaded the department. Glasnost means open and frank discussion. Next word is hoi, hoi polloi. Hoi polloi, which means the common people. Hoi polloi means the common people. Marie Antoinette recommended cake to the hoi polloi. Marie Antoinette recommended cake to the hoi polloi, which means hoi polloi. So I hope all of you have understood these words. Fait accompli, which means an accomplished fact, presumably irreversible. Faux pas means a social blunder. Finchmaker means gourmet. Glasnost means open and frank discussion. Hoi polloi means Marie Antoinette recommended cake to the hoi polloi. Hoi polloi means the common people. Let's move on to the next slide. In inflagranti, inflagranti, which means in the act. Inflagranti means in the act. The detective realized that without hard evidence, he had no case. He would have to catch the culprit in flagranti. The detective realized that without hard evidence, he had no case. He would have to catch the culprit in flagranti. In flagranti means in the act. Next word is in loco parentis. In loco parentis, which means in the place of a parent. Parent, parent, parent. The court appointed a guardian for the children. In loco parentis means in the place of a parent, and its use in sentence guardian for the children to serve. Next word is in situ. In situ means situated in the original or natural position. In situ means situated in the original or natural position. I prefer seeing statues in situ rather than in the confines of a museum. I prefer seeing statues in situ rather than in the confines of a museum. In situ, which means situated in the original or natural position. Next word is in vino veritas. In vino veritas, which means in wine there is truth. In wine there is truth. By the end of the drunken banquet, uh, several of the guests had made a good deal of their private lives public, prompting the most to murmur to his wife in vino veritas. In vino veritas means in wine there is truth. By the end of the drunken banquet, several of the guests had made a good deal of their private lives public, prompting the host to murmur to his wife, in vino veritas. In vino veritas means in wine there is truth. Next word is ipso facto. Ipso facto means by the fact itself. An extremist ipso facto cannot become part of a collection. An extremist ipso facto cannot become part of a coalition. Ipso facto means by the fact itself. Next word is je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi, which means I know not what, an elusive quality. She couldn't explain it, but there was something je ne, je ne sais, je ne sais quoi about him that she found devastatingly attractive. So in flagranti means in the act, in loco parentis means in the place of a parent, in situ means situation in the original or natural position, confines of a museum. In situ means situated in the original or natural position. In vino veritas means in wine there is truth. Ipso facto means by the fact itself. Je ne sais quoi, I know not what, an elusive quality. I know not what, an elusive quality. She couldn't explain it, but there was something ice. Je ne sais quoi. Let's move on to the next slide. Mano a mano. Mano a mano means a direct confrontation or conflict. Mano a mano means a direct confrontation or conflict. Example, stay out of it. He admonished his friends. I want to handle this guy mano a mano. Mano a mano means a direct confrontation or conflict. A direct confrontation or conflict. Next word is me, me, me culpa, which means I am to blame. Me culpa means I am to blame. Its usage is his me culpa was so offhand that I hardly think he meant it. His me culpa was so offhand that I hardly think he meant it. Me culpa means I am to blame. Next word is memento mori. Memento mori. It means a reminder that you must die. Option A is a reminder that you must die. Option B is think of the dead ones. The skull rested on the mantelpiece as a memento memo, um, mori. Memento mori. The skull rested on the mantelpiece as a memento mori. Memento mori means reminded that you must die or think of the dead ones. Next word is modus operandi. Modus operandi means a method of operating. Modus operandi means a method of operating. Her modus operandi is to sugarcoat the truth so thoroughly that the news almost seems welcome. Next word is mo juste. Mo juste, which means the exact appro. Mo juste means the exact appropriate word. Rats screamed the defiant 3-year-old, immensely proud of his mojus. Last is quid pro quo. Quid pro quo means something for something, an equal exchange. Quid pro quo means something for something or an equal exchange. She vowed that when she had when she had the means, she would return his favors. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo means something for something, an equal exchange. She vowed that when she had the means, she would return his favors. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo means something for something. So the first word on this sheet is mano a mano, which means a direct confrontation or conflict. Next is mea culpa, which means I am to blame. Next is memento mori, which means a reminder that you must die, or think of the dead ones. The skull rested on the mantelpiece as a memento mori. Next word is modus operandi, which means a method of operating. Then mod juste, which means the exact appropriate word. Rat screamed the defiant 3-year-old, immensely proud of his mod justice. Quid pro quo means something for something, an equal exchange. She vowed that when she had the means, she would return in his favors. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo means something for something. Non plus ultra. Non plus ultra means the most intense degree of a quality or state. Non plus ultra means the most intense degree of a quality or state. Example: pulling it from the box, he realized he was face to face with the non plus ultra of computers. Non plus ultra means the most intense degree of a quality or state. Pulling it from the box, he realized he was face to face with the non plus ultra of computers. Nom de, nom de guerre. Nom de guerre means pseudonym, a name that someone uses instead of their real name, especially someone who is fighting in a war. He went by his nom. He went by his nom when frequently trending nightclubs. Nom de guerra means pseudonym. Nom de plume means pen name. Nom de plume means pen name. Deciding it was time to sit down and begin a novel, the would-be writer spent the first several hours deciding upon a suitably dashing nom de plume. Nom de plume means pen name. Next is nota bene. Nota bene means note well, take notice. Nom de plume means pen name. Nota bene means not well or take notice. Not well, take notice. Example: she appended her soldier at the border. Not ban means not well or take notice. She appended her suggestions to the manuscript, underlying the words nota bene for added emphasis. Next word is persona non grata. Persona non grata means unacceptable or unwelcome person. Once I was cut out of the once I was cut out of the pro bono. Pro bono means done or donated without charge. Done or donated without charge. Free. The lawyer's pro bono work gave him a sense of value that his work on behalf of the corporation could not. The lawyer's pro bono work gave him sense of value that his work on behalf of the corporation could not be. Sans souci. Sans souci, which means carefree. Example: their mood was definitely sans souci. Their mood was definitely sans souci. Sans souci means carefree. Savoir faire. Savoir faire. The ability to say and do the correct thing. The ability to say and uh, the ability to say and do the correct thing. Savoir faire. She presided over the gathering with impressive savoir faire. Next is Sic transit gloria mundi. Sic transit gloria mundi. Sic transit gloria mundi means thus passes away the glory of the world. Thus passes away the glory of the world. Watching the aging former football quarterback lumber down the street, pot-bellied and dissipated, his friend shook his head in disbelief and muttered, Sic transit gloria mundi, sic transit gloria mundi, which means, thus passes away the glory of the world. Sine qua non, sine qua non means indispensable. Lemon is the sine qua non of this recipe. Sine qua non means indispensable. First word is terra incognita. Terra incognita means unknown territory. Terra incognita means unknown territory. When the conversation suddenly switched from contemporary fiction to medieval Albanian playwrights, he felt himself entering terra ignotia. Terra incognita means unknown territory. When the conversation suddenly switched from contemporary fiction to medieval Albanian playwrights, he felt himself entering terra incognita. Next word is tout le monde. Tout le monde. Tout le means everybody, everyone of importance. Everybody or everyone of importance. Tout le, tout le monde. Don't miss the event. It's bound to be attended by tout le monde. Tout le monde means everyone of importance. Veni vidi vici. Veni vidi vici. I came, I saw, I concurred. Veni vidi vici. I came, I saw, I concurred. After the takeover, the business mogul gloated, Veni Vidi Vici. After the makeover, the business model After the takeover, the business mogul gloated, Veni Vidi Vici. Verboten means forbidden as by law, prohibited. Verboten. Verboten means forbidden as by law or prohibited. That topic I am afraid is verboten, verboten in this household. That topic I am afraid is verboten in this household. Vox populi. Vox populi. Vox populi, the voice of the people. Example, my sentiments echo those of the Vox populi. Vox populi means the voice of the people. My sentiments echo those of the Vox populi. So, terra incognita means everybody, 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 everyone of importance. Veni Vedi Vici means I came, I saw, I concurred. Verba means forbidden by as by law or prohibited. Vox populi means the voice of the people. Next slide is Venderia. Venderia means a year or period of travel, especially following one's schooling. Venderia means a year or period of travel, especially following one's schooling. The trio took off on their Venderia soon after they graduated. The trio took off on their Venderia soon after they graduated, planning to circle the globe by bicycle. Planning to circle the globe by bicycle. Weltanschauung Weltanschauung means a comprehensive conception or image of the universe. Wealth, 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 wealth means sorrow over the griefs of the German dead. Zid, 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 zeitgeist, zeitgeist, the spirit of the time, general trend of brought or feeling combat characteristic of a particular period of time. She blamed it on the spirit of the time, general trend of throughout or feeling characteristic express a certain water chemical to smoking. When Venderia means a year or period of travel, especially following one's schooling. Weltanschauung or image of the universe and of humanity relations to it. Weltschmer Weltschmer means Venderia means a period of travel, especially following one's schooling. Weltanschauung means a comprehensive conception or image of the universe and of humanity is relabeled to it. Volksmarker means Weltschmerz, sorrow over the evils of the world. Happy poet, his poetry expressed a certain. Let's move on to the practice questions. A few foreign language phrases which are commonly used are given below. Select the correct meaning of each phrase. First question is Pacta sun servanda. Pacta sun servanda. Question number one. Pacta servanda. Option A. Treaties are legal. Option B. Treaties are legally beyond 3. Pax sunt servanda. Option A is treaties are legally binding. Option B is treaties are legally binding only to the contracting parties. Option C is goods without an owner. Option D is with the intention of making a will. Pax sunt servanda. Which option is the correct? Pax sunt servanda. Option A, B, C or D. Option A is correct. Treaties are legally binding. Pax sunt servanda means treaties are legally binding. It is a Latin word for agreements are binding. It is basically principle of civil law, international law and canon law. The principle refers to private contracts stressing that contained clauses are to be deferred as law between the parties. So, Pax sunt servanda means treaties are legally binding. Question number 2. Bona vacantie. Bona vacantie. Option A, goods without an owner. Option B, let the seller beware. Option C, to the to the extreme contrary. Option D, the law does not note filtering trifling matters. Bona vacantia means option A, B, C or D. I am giving you 10 seconds. Please mark your answers. Bona vacantie. Bona vacantia. Option A, B, C, or D. Goods without an owner, let the seller beware. To the extreme contrary, or the law does not note trifling matters. Which one is correct? The correct answer is option A, goods without an owner. Bona vacantia is a legal concept associated with the property that has no owner. It exists in various jurisdictions but with origins mostly in Haryana. See here. Bona vacantia. Option A, goods without an owner. Let's move on to question number 3. What is the meaning of persona non grata? Persona non grata. Persona non grata. Option A, by the fact itself. Option B, person non wanted. Option C, state recognition of law. And option D, principle of equity. Which one is correct? Persona non grata. Persona means person and non grata means non wanted. So option B is correct. It refers to option B, persona, no, person not wanted. It refers to a foreign person whose entry or remaining in a country is prohibited by that country's government. It refers to a foreign person whose entry to uh, in a country is prohibited by that country's government. Persona non grata means person non wanted. So option B is correct. Let's move on to question number 4. Person, personalis moritur cum persona. Actio personalis moritur cum persona. Which option is correct? Option A, an action is not given to one who is not injured. Option B, a personal right of action dies with the person. Option C, the burden of proof lies with the plaintiff. Option D, the act of law does not know wrong. Which option is correct? Please choose the right one. Action personalis moritur cum persona. What does it mean? The answer is option B. A personal right of action dies with the person. A personal right of action dies with the person. A maxim. It is a maxim stating that actions of thought or contract are destroyed by the death of the injured or the injuring party. Let's move on to the next question. What is the meaning of peripo? What is the meaning of peripo? Option A, an amount. Option B, in proportion. Option C, in the opinion of the court. And option D, on an equal footing. Peripo means an amount. In proportion, option C in the position of the court, or option D on an equal footing. Please mark the correct answer. Paripa means an amount in proportion in the opinion of the court or on an equal footing. Paripa means the correct answer is option D on an equal footing. Paripa is a Latin phrase that describes situation where two or more assets, securities, creditor, or obligation are equally managed without situations. Okay, it is a Latin phrase that describes situations where two or more assets, securities, creations. So option D on an equal footing is correct. Question number 6. Per curiam. Per curiam. Which option is correct? Option A, in the opinion of the court. Option B, an inconsistent statement. Option C, to persuade someone to do that. And option D, a judge in his own. Per curiam, which is the correct option? Option A, in the opinion of the court. Option B, an inconsistent statement. Option C, to persuade someone to do the act. Or option D, a judge on his own cause. Please mark your answers. So option A is correct, in the opinion of the court. Option A, in the opinion of the court, is correct, denoting decision of the appellate court in a unanimous agreement written anonymously. As per curiam, decision is a ruling issued by appellate court of multiple judges, in which the decision rendered is made by the court acting collectively. Per curiam means in the opinion of the court. Next question is question number 7. Obit obiter dicta. What does obiter dicta means? Option A, as much as deserved. Option B, under judicial consideration. Option C, reason for being a part of the judgment. Or option D, things said in the passing of a judgment. Obiter dicta. Obiter dicta. Which option is correct? A, B, C, or D? Please mark your answers. Obiter dicta means option C, reason for being a part of the judgment. Reason for being a part of the judgment. A judge's expression of opinion uttered in court or in written judgment, but not essential to the decision and therefore now before Khaza. A judge's expression of opinion uttered in a court or in a written judgment, but not essentially to the decision and therefore not legally binding as a precedent. Okay, so obiter dicta means reason for being a part of the judgment. Question number 8. Responded responded superior. Option A, let the principal answer. Option B, let the doer be responsible. Option C, let the doer beware. Or option D, the bailee is responsible for the property. Respondeat superior. Responde superior means, please mark your answers. The correct answer is option A, let the principal answer. Responde superior means, let the principal answer. It is a doctrine of law that states that a party is responsible for the vicarious acts as its vicarious acts of its agents. This common law doctrine was established in the 7th century. Let's move on to next question. Bona vacantia. Bona vacantia. What does bona vacantia means? Option A, vacant land. Option B, order of the court for eviction. Option C, goods that have no owner. Or option D, vacant building. Bona vacantia means, which option is correct? Please mark your answers. The correct answer is bona vacante means option C, goods that have no owner. Bona vacante means goods that have no owner. Bona vacante, also known as vacant goods or ownerless goods in Latin, is a legal term for the situation in which the property is left without any clear owner. The bona vacante property may have been abandoned, mislaid, or forgotten by the owner. Bona vacante means goods that have no owner. Autrefoy convict. Question number 10 is Autrefoy convict. What does it means? Autrefoy convict. Option A, formerly convicted. Option B, doubtful conviction. Option C, failed prosecution. Or option D, to be. Autrefoy convict. Formerly convicted, doubtful conviction, failed prosecution, or to be convicted. Autrefoy convict means option. I hope all of you have marked your answers. Autrefoy convict means option A, formerly convicted. Autrefoy convict means formerly convicted. A plea made by a defendant indicted for a crime or misdemeanor that he has formerly been tried and convicted of the same. So, autrefoy convict means formerly convicted. Next question. Le pende. Le pende. What does this mean? Option A, facts of case proved. Option B, decided case. Depende means option A, facts of case proved, decided case. Option C, pending suit. or option D, no legal issues involved. Le pendants means facts of case proved. Option B, decided case. Option C, pending suit. Or option D, no legal issues involved. Please mark the correct answer. The correct answer is option C, pending suit. Dependence means pending suit. A dependence is an official public notice that a property has a pending lawsuit or claim attached to it. Lipende can only be filed if a claim is related specifically to the property. However, it specifies that the owner of the property must assume any litigation associated with it. So, lipende means option C, pending suit. Question number 12. Question number 12. Faux pas. Faux pas means option A, passage of time. Option B, cheating. Option C, pausing for a while. Or option D, tactless mistake. Option A, passage of time. Option B, cheating. Option C, pausing for a while. Or option D, tactless mistake. Please mark your answers. The correct answer is faux pas means option D, tactless mistake. Faux pas means tactless mistake. A faux pas is a socially embarrassing action or mistake. So option D is correct. Okay. Faux pas means tactless mistake. Question number 13. The maxim de minimis non curat le, means option A. Law would not take action in serious matter. Option B. Law would not take action on small and trifling matter. Option C. Law does not ignore any act which causes the slightest harm. Option D. Law would take action in small and flirting. The maxim del minimus non curat lex means I hope all. The correct answer is option B. Law would not take action on small and trifling matter. Okay. De minimis non curat lex means law would not take action on small and trifling matter. The principle that the law is not concerned with insignificant or country travels. Option B is correct. Law would not take action on small and trifling matter. The principle that law is not concerned with insignificant or minor matters. So, question number 13, option B is the right answer. Raison d'être. Raison d'être. Which is the correct answer? Option A, logical conclusion. Option B, reason for existence. Option C, free choice. Or option D, dubious argument. Raison d'être, what is the meaning of it? Please mark the right answer. Raison d'être means option B, reason for existence. Raison d'être means reason for existence. It means that most important reason or purpose for someone or something's existence. Raison d'être means reason for existence. Option B. It means the most important reason or purpose for someone or something's existence. Question number 15. El Dorado. El Dorado. Which option is correct? Option A. An imaginary place. Option B. High altitude. Option C. A literary man. Option D. A country full of gold and precious stones. What does El Dorado mean? An imaginary place, high altitude, a literary man, or a country full of gold and precious stones? El Dorado means, I hope all of you have. El Dorado means option A, an imaginary place. It is an imaginary place of great wealth and opportunity sought in South America by 16th century explorers. Okay? El Dorado is an imaginary place. Option A is correct. So, today's lecture, we will bring you one more lecture about the foreign words and phrases, in which we will discuss a lot more of these foreign words and their meanings, and we will also practice a few questions based on these foreign words. Okay, so thank you for your support. Let's meet in next lecture.